Well, here we go again. The BBC just announced another Blu-ray set for release, and this time it's season 13, Tom Baker's second season as the Doctor, and honestly, easily one of the strongest runs in the show's long history. You know, the one gothic horror, atmospheric direction, dead serious storytelling, and a show firing on all cylinders under the Hinchcliffe-Holmes regime. Frankly, it's the peak of Doctor Who before the rot set in. And the best part, it includes my all-time favourite story, Terror of the Zygons. You've got creepy body-snatching duplicates, oil rigs going up in flames, and some of the best location work in the show's classic era. If this is the level of quality they're immortalising in HD, that's not a bad thing at all. But with this release, something else hit me like a unit landmine under the Thames. There are only 8 seasons left in the range after this. 8. And 5 of them are from the black and white era, most of which are incomplete, fragmentary, and stuck in a media limbo. So what exactly is the BBC's plan? Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Daemon, and today we're unraveling the BBC's half-century-long mystery. What exactly are they doing with the missing Doctor Who episodes? And will we ever see a complete, coherent classic collection in colour? Let's be clear, we're deep into the Endgame. These Blu-ray sets are rolling out steadily now, and there's an unspoken countdown in play. Most of the colour seasons have already been handled, and what remains are the roughest, messiest, most incomplete years of the show's early run, particularly seasons 1 through 6, the Hartnell and Troughton eras. Now, the BBC has a few cards left to play. We're still missing full seasons from the monochrome years, and as of right now, animation seems like the only viable stopgap, but even that's hit a wall. The Savages dropped quietly, and then everything went dead. No updates, no new announcements, just silence. Unless, of course, the silence is deliberate. If I were a betting man, and let's face it, I am, I'd wager the animations for stories like The Wheel in Space, The Space Pirates, The Highlanders, and The Smugglers are finished or close enough. It makes too much sense for them to be quietly sitting on them, waiting for a coordinated release. After all, those 4 stories plug the remaining gaps in seasons 4, 5, and 6. And don't forget Marco Polo for Season 1 or The Crusade for Season 2, which, unfortunately, has already been released. They're some of the most requested, and they'd close the book on the First Doctor if the BBC wanted to do one final dramatic push. Problem? Season 3. That chaotic mess of anthologies and one-offs has the worst survival rate of any season. They'll need a small army of animation studios just to bring that year back. Not to mention the behemoth of Dalek's master plan, which, to be fair, I would simply remake with David Bradley, word for word. And even if they could animate it, there's the added complication that the BBC now seems dead set on colorizing the black and white stories too. Let that sink in. Not just animating the missing ones, but colorizing everything. And if we assume that's their goal, we're potentially looking at decades of waiting. At their current pace, if every black and white story is going to be animated and colorized, we'll be lucky if we are still alive by the time the Daleks' master plan gets a physical release. And that's assuming they don't cancel the process halfway through like they've done with half a dozen other BBC projects. So, what's the most likely plan? Simple, get the Blu-rays out as is, black and white and incomplete if necessary, and then re-release them down the line as deluxe color editions or whatever nonsense branding they come up with. Just like the James Bond DVD collection that left a space for Casino Royale, they'll probably build future-proof boxes for the animations they claim don't exist yet. And this is the BBC we're talking about. They've never released anything in a sane or logical order. Look at the Target audiobook range. They're pumping out Legend of the Sea Devils in novelization form before they've even finished the last 3 missing classics. They're flooding the market with shiny new books no one asked for, instead of completing the ranges that fans have been begging for. And why? Because they know what we know. The clock is ticking. They're running out of content to sell. The golden goose that was classic Doctor Who is nearly out of eggs. The surviving stories have been released, re-released, re-scanned, recolorized, reanimated and reboxed. So now we get Stife Bears, vinyl LPs of random episodes, fully illustrated Target hardbacks with like a 300% markup, Desperation, Thy Name is Auntie Beeb. When all's said and done, we're in the final chapters of the BBC's classic Doctor Who re-release campaign. What remains is a tangle of lost episodes, unfinished animations, and the hollow promise of colorization in a future that's crawling towards us like a croton with a dead battery. Whether they're stalling to build hype or buying time to create complete editions, the reality is simple. The end is coming. And soon there'll be nothing left to sell but nostalgia and overpriced plushies. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where naturally I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.